You ready? Soon to be the world's fastest slug. Hey everyone, welcome to the Coffee Fueled Woodsman channel. I'm Chris, this is Tilly. We are out on our way to Tangier Grand Lake, and right now the lake that you can kind of see behind me there is Egg Lake. It's myself, Johnny, and Dave, the fella that I went to Bates Lake with last year. I think it was last November. We're just running 2 canoes today, and we've got the 2 dogs. The plan is to do a 5-day trip out in Tangier Grand Lake, or whatever it's called. And we're going to try to find a suitable campsite today and set up and then do 5 days of exploring basically. We parked at the top of Egg Lake. It's about 18-19 degrees right now. It's going to be sunny for today, and I think we're going to get a little bit of showers tomorrow. Then roughly sunny, decent temperatures for the rest of the week. So or for the rest of our stay. Anyway, we're just at a portage here. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and we don't know if this is the right way to go. We're going from a lot of old maps that said across the way at an outlet, an outflow is the way to portage down to the next lake, and then that next lake will take us to Grand Lake. I was just over there scouting it out, and I couldn't find it. Dave and Johnny are just back at the boat launch because they had to paddle back they left a piece of gear back at the front. So Tilly and I are just going to walk up the hill and have a look, see what we can see. Let's go. Okay, so we made it Shellbird Lake. The portage was about 800 meters, and we're all here. There's a cabin behind the camera right now. Specca is introducing herself, and there's a brook right behind me. Okay, and I just threw the line out there a few times and caught what we assume is some rock bass. I must say I've never caught a rock bass before. Looked pretty much like a smallmouth, just all silver and black. We're going to head through Shellbird Lake, and our next lake I think is going to be Tangier Grand Lake. So, and from there we're going to go look for a camp. It's right now just after 12:45, so I'll get going here in a minute. Alright, well, we're on Shellbird Lake. That's the cabin I was telling you about behind me. I'm going to bring you around so you can see where Johnny and Dave are going to have a little fish. That's just where I just caught those 3 to 4 rock bass. I don't know how many I caught. Great little spot. Oh, this one's not a very big lake. There. Okay. Nice recording. There, so there are trout here. Just threw a line in. That's a decent sized one. Johnny doesn't want them for supper apparently.
Not yet.
Back in. There he goes. Thanks, Johnny.
You're welcome.
Certainly not as clear a path, is it?
No. Okay. We are, oh well, I don't think we gotta go very far. We're just heading down this portage to see how far it goes to the next lake. And actually, God, that might be it. The river's running just beside me, or brook, whatever it is, that I just got a nice trout out of. Dave's behind me, and Johnny I see is up ahead casting away. Oh yeah, if Johnny doesn't catch fish in there. We are out in the pond in between Shellbird and Tangier Grand Lake. This is just short. That last portage was only like 20 meters. So we're wondering now if there's going to be another real short one because it narrows back here again. So I have a feeling we're going to be pulling out of here just as soon as we're in. Let's see here. This is it. Portaging through. We just did a bit of trail maintenance, cutting away some of the bushes at the first of that portage just because it was almost like no one used it, but bushes just grew so fast. Whew. Be a little bit more tricky with the boat on the head. So that's the stream we just took out of. Might have been a 50-meter portage. I don't believe this one's called a lake because I think it's just an upper portion of Tangier Grand Lake. And we're here. Wow. You're awesome too. So where do we carry the boats around this thing? Thanks, Dave. Just wait. I don't know if you can see that. That's where we are. The end of our portaging. But we've got a little bit of a thing to run down through. That little channel. Fit though. Johnny, there'd be some fishing down here.
I bet.
Yeah, let's get a rod out. We're all tied up.
That's why we decided to come here for 5 days.
Okay, well that behind me is going to be our campsite. It's definitely been used on a number of occasions, but that's all right. It still feels pretty woodsy. There's not a lot of gimmicks going on in there. Somebody built a chair and there's a grate or something, but that's it. So I can handle that. I'm just come back out in the canoe just to grab some water and head back in and filter it. Should have done it before, but it was in my pack. I'll just show you around the site. Canoes are not going to be that close to the shore. Johnny's already set up in his chair. walk down to the shoreline. There's the shore, boats. Johnny, my hammock is going to go right over there, and just give you a quick boo at that. It's my 57-pound pack today, and I think I'm going to go from this pine to that pine, which is awesome. There's one fire pit out here which we may use. Not really sure yet. Here's Dave's here. So Dave's going to come from that tree to the water, the tree the water's on. So that's a great spot. And then Johnny is going to set up his tent right there. There is another spot, in case anybody else shows up, it's just back there. It would work really well for a hammock, but probably nothing else. There's this little trail that runs back to a stash box. So people have been here before, but if you follow me at all, you know I usually don't like setting up where people are, but it's been a long day and this place is cleaned out pretty good, and the whole shoreline we've seen so far is not lending itself to tenting, maybe hammocking, but we probably spend 2 or 3 hours trying to clear enough out, so these are already done. I think we'll just stick with that. You're out.
Sorry, this, huh? So
we shouldn't need a ton if we can get coals going.
Yeah.
Okay, while Dave and Johnny do all the work, I just started the fire, and it's my turn to cook first night of the 4 nights. So the easiest way to arrange the trip was each of us picked a night to make food, and we all picked different things. I'm doing pulled pork on a brioche bun with coleslaw in there, and just easy Uncle Ben's rice for the sides. And then we've got all kinds of snacks and stuff. Just we're not going to get too fancy where we were carrying everything in. I think Dave's making chili and Johnny is making fajitas, so I'm not sure which day. I got to go first just because the brioche buns I brought, I'm a little worried they're going to go off before we eat them if we don't eat them right away. So we're just this looks like it might be all right.
Yeah, so probably bled when you scraped it off, or?
It was tiny though. It was like, Johnny, actually out here.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking.
Come.
Where's Speckle?
Come on, pup. Come on. So the pulled pork is just heating up over there. And this is the mayo I brought for the coleslaw. I don't know what it's going to taste like. Garlic mayo, it should be okay. Just put it in there. I think the brioche buns, we're just going to toast those up and heat up that rice. That'll be supper. We're all pretty tired from today, but that swim Johnny and I just went and did was super refreshing. Even for the first time in, I think, ever, brought some shampoo, but being out for 5 days is a long time not to wash anything. So that was looking good. Brioche Ace Bakery buns. Still tracking on me. Hopefully they're good for pulled pork. I don't see why they wouldn't be. I've never had these, by the way, just so you know. I'll probably just put mine on my own plate.
Okay.
Here, what? Let's do you and Dave first. Actually, that's a good idea. First, let them try.
So that's the 3 bottom ones.
Which? Oh, okay.
Those are all bottoms.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think.
Bottom. Oh, thank you. Geez, Johnny, you're doing all the work.
Look at which is one.
Coleslaw. Okay.
Nope,
and now, Good, good, good. Ooh. I suppose we got a lot of rice. That one's hotter.
Yeah. Good.
There's supper.
I told Chris this felt.
It's just gone 8:15 now. And Johnny and I are sat down to have first bourbon of the trip. Today's fare is Evan Williams mixed with Jim Beam, because that's what I had left in the cupboard. Okay, well it's 10:30 and everybody's pretty much packed away in bed. My dog's in with Johnny, and Dave is trying out my spare hammock, my Hennessy, and I've just set up here my war bonnet. I didn't really do any video of it today. It's kind of always the same, but I'm out here for 5 days, so I'll probably do something about it tomorrow. Anyway, tomorrow I think we're gonna probably just explore the Grand Lake itself, and then because it's maybe gonna rain in the afternoon, and then anyway, we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It's 8 o'clock. Johnny's just going to get us some water. He's boiling up potatoes and going to make some coffee for us. The dogs were up around 6:30 till he came over and jumped in the hammock with me. I was just too tired to start filming. It looks a little fuzzy. It's because the humidity's on the camera lens. It might burn off here in a bit. I slept really well overall. I was up quite a few times, just awake in the night, but really comfortable. So I've just been laying in here since 6:30, sort of half asleep, but it's kind of a foggy-ish day. Tilly's here too with me, but she's done being in the hammock. Oh, there she goes. Is it ever foggy? Dave sounds like he's still in bed over there, but he's awake. Everybody's awake. We're just sort of lazily getting up.
Hey, Kelly, I'm waving it.
No, leave it.
I got 2 pieces left here.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm
do whatever.
squeeze them on there.
Leave it. Just killing her.
That's kind of mean.
You're doing good not drooling.
Okay, so Johnny is the cook today. Just got done cooking the bacon, and we've thrown the, I don't know, I guess hash browns?
Yep.
Home fries? What do we call those?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I'm the one in charge of cutting them up. That's why he's chopping them smaller. Anyway, yes, that is all bacon grease.
Don't show this to Heartstroke, Nova Scotia.
The coffee got done just in time. And our lake is flat.
Love it. Ron will be like, Dave, you ate all.
Johnny's made my meal first. I don't know why he did that. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dave. There it is.
And you want jam or
Butter.
marmalade? Ketchup?
No, ketchup. Ketchup,
Yep.
please. So Johnny made us a lot of breakfast, and I'm done eating already because they made mine first, nice of them. So I am saving a bit of mine because I have leftovers, and I'm gonna put together a breakfast wrap for lunch. I just brought this sriracha mayo, and hopefully that will last me for the 4 days, because my lunches are all made consisting of ciabatta buns, sriracha mayo, and some cheese and some corned beef. But I don't want to open the corned beef sooner than I have to, so that's why I'm just gonna use this egg, a couple of pieces of the bacon, and I have a fancy cheddar cheese that I bought. Isle of Man cheese, so that's gonna go on. And I'll put cheese on top of that and put the lid on. Lunch. So we're just gearing up to go for our tour around the lake, and I charged up the one camera battery I destroyed last night, or yesterday. I shouldn't say destroyed, drained. And this will be my first real use of this new charger that I got, solar charger by Big Blue. It's a 28 watt 4-panel solar panel charger. I'm going to set it on this rock right here. Now I just watched a bunch of reviews. I was going to buy a Goal Zero, but money being what it is and not free, I decided to cheap out and go for the Amazon version, which has actually got a lot of good reviews, but it's a little less waterproof, I think, and who knows, I mean, they're all prone to failing, but it should charge anything we have for the 5 days we're here for sure. So this little guy went down to half power overnight, and I'm just going to try to keep ahead of it rather than have everything go dead all at once and then charge it all up at once. I'm just going to charge everything as we go. It gives me a chance to play with the new toy too. This was 97 bucks on Amazon, so I may put the link in the description if I think to do it. We'll just let it charge while we're out today. We've decided we're going to go across and basically do a loop around Paul's Island, I believe to the south of it. I'm going to record it on my Garmin again today, just so if I want to show you exactly where we were, I can. That site there, I didn't really talk about it last night, but it has all along the shoreline here. There's just site after site, and where I showed you where Johnny and I went swimming last night, there's just tons of spots that are cleared out for tent sites. And if you're a hammocker, there's at least 3 spots in there that are really good for hammocks, and one of those spots you could probably put up a couple of hammocks. So probably, 4 or 5 hammocks without doing any kind of clearing work, which is good. You can see I've got just my day bag today. Tilly's in the boat with me, but she's going to just hang out. We are just kind of off the side of Paul's Island. Well, there's this little island and then Paul's Island. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you. The lake's smaller overall than I expected, just because this open body of water to my right, which I'll show you, now I'm going to turn back around because my wire's here. I anticipated that to be huge. Like I thought, okay, this is going to be like it's called a Grand Lake, so I expected that to be enormous. Turns out it's not that bad. Something I had read said that this isn't a lake for canoes. Obviously that wasn't anybody who canoes, because this seems to be a very prime canoe lake. Although when we first came in we saw a lot of boats on the shore that are all like 12, 14 foot boat and motor setups. But yeah, the review I read said, oh, the wind comes up so quick, it's definitely not a canoe lake. Well, there's so many coves, and even if you were in the center of that, it's not really that far. Like I thought it was going to be a lot longer than what it is.
I haven't seen any potential campsites.
Hey! Hey girls! Up.
Hey Lily, come.
Stop it. You're okay, you're okay. We just finished a nice little swim, real refreshing, and now we're just scouting out the southwest side of the lake, I believe. Or is it northwest? One of the two. No bites so far on the trolling. I'm switched over from like a blue fox to a big multicolor spoon. Yeah, it's pretty hot though. Johnny said his temperature said it was 30 degrees in the hull of his boat, which, you know, 25 with humidity, I guess. It's beautiful though. The water is still flat. Yeah, that's cool.
Is that the wind out there?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Alright, so we're making our way up Northeast Cove. Kind of a weird tree there. Looks like it got a weather vane on the top of it. Probably can't hear it from the camera, but we're hearing what sounds from here like a very substantial waterfalls up here in our future. Oh, actually I can see the brook running straight ahead of us now. So that is where we are planning on fishing. Well, no luck so far fishing the brook, but it's a beautiful spot. I'll bring you out, show you the waterfall. If I can get to it. That's down to where Johnny and Dave are. There's quite a waterfall up there. A few steps down. Well, we're finally going to stop for lunch. It's like almost 2 p.m. Johnny forgot his metal canteen, so I'll just be boiling up a couple of things for coffee. I don't think Dave usually drinks coffee in the afternoon, but if he wants one, we can do one up. And we've got lots. So we're going to sit here, have that sandwich I made for breakfast. We tried walking in further up the waterfall. There was no real place for all of us to sit around and have a coffee. It's gotten really humid, like my arms are just sweaty just sitting here, but yeah, nothing we can do. Just enjoy what we got.
Those energy balls, cocoa, cranberry. I don't know what else.
Maybe later.
Chocolate. Okay.
I'm anticipating an almond finger.
Oh yeah, well that will help.
Yeah, I've got enough for 2 each. Johnny now walks on water. What is it? What's those? What are those cheeks doing?
Get it.
What are those? What are those puffy cheeks doing? Get them!
Get it.
Get them! Woof! 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 Yeah, you got him. You got him. You scared him away for us. Good girl.
Can you see it spinning? It looks like a coconut
Okay.
Here, I'll move here because it'll be better from this side.
The birthday cake. Well, we had a pretty good lunch. Made some coffee and sat there. It was very still in there because of the features of the land, and it got really hot. So we're now, Bear Lake is just off to my left. You can kind of see a hollow from the trees on the other side of it. Okay, so straight ahead we can hear real rushing water. This whole lake seems to be comprised of mostly pines, from what I can see, or what I've seen, with some maple and maybe some oak up over the hills. But straight ahead you can see quite a few maple or oak or whatever they are. It's impressive. This is a really cool spot. See a little boat here on the left of me. Somebody's left a canoe. And that looks like it could be a campsite up in there just because it's one of the clearer spots I've seen. It's an old dam, he's saying. Oh, this, yeah. Oh, nice. Johnny's got us a little trout. Nice. Well, we fished there for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour, and Johnny was the only one to catch anything. It's a pretty nice spot. Down around the bend. Boats. Our lake. But there's a campsite right in here, so I'm going to take you in and show you that. Ooh. Okay, so there's, I think, two or three tent sites. There's this first one, which is cool because it's kind of in this little hollow. However, maybe great for winter. I don't know about in summer. So there's a second one, just where Dave and Johnny are there. Spacca, what are you doing? Oh.
Good take.
Oh. Tilly submits. Oh. Jeez, you almost got her with your kicky legs. Careful, Speck, she kicks.
Oh, I was in a flat spot as soon as I lay down, like, no, I'm flat. Yeah, when I looked over, so my head was up to the door side.
All right, well, we are headed for our campsite now because it's been a fairly long day of paddling around. It's after 4 o'clock now. Only because I know I'm going to get asked or told, yes, I forgot to wear my life jacket today. I only thought of it after we left camp and we were too far off the shore. I think it was just so hot. It just totally slipped my mind. Dave and Johnny have theirs, but yeah, so tomorrow, I'll remember it tomorrow though. I mean, today's been a good day, like it's been flat water. We're all teamed up here, so I'm feeling as safe as you can get without one, so, but yeah, tomorrow I'll have to remember to bring it. Tonight, Johnny's making us fajitas, and I'm not sure for dessert. Him and Dave, they are the masters of the desserts. So I'm terrible. In fact, I didn't bring any. We had almond fingers for lunch today, and that's what I brought for dessert for last night. So I don't know if they were too full or too disgusted to consider store-bought almond fingers as dessert, but it's usually pretty impressive what Johnny and Dave bring. So kind of looking forward to that. Bunch of little islands off to the right and left, but it's going to open up. We're aiming for basically straight ahead, and then we'll bend left slightly once we hit that open water. Well, we are pretty much back. Today's paddle time was 3 hours and 25 minutes, I think, and it's right at 5 o'clock. So been a pretty big day out there again today, and tomorrow we're planning on portaging down to Ship Harbor. So tomorrow's going to be a big day as well. Still don't know what we're going to do on day 4, but we'll see. World's our oyster. We've not seen a single person. We thought we just heard a motor, but it might have been maybe a helicopter a long ways away. So we thought maybe somebody that owned one of those boats up there has come in. But so far, no, it's just us. Just the way we like it. Home sweet home. Stuff about. Yeah. My hammock over here. Our chair set up. And Dave's hammock is right to the right of the bow. Johnny's tent is just in a little ways from that. Okay, okay. Welcome home.
This chicken's done. Yeah, looks good.
Okay, well, supper's pretty much done, and we got another pot of coffee on the go. Johnny has the chicken fajitas looking done, and I'm in charge of the vegetables. Doing a great job, I must say.
What was on that spoon?
Don't worry about it. I don't know what. Okay, Brent, where's your
Plate.
Okay, you want cheese? Do you know how to do fajitas?
Sure, I can figure it out. No, I don't.
Properly?
I'm gonna go.
Okay, and this is refried beans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I need a dollop of that. That's your protein.
They're very pink. Salsa. Thanks, Johnny.
You're welcome.
All right. There we have it.
Salsa has a bit of Shazam to it.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna turn off this and help you out. Ooh. I did too. Thank you.
Do what you want.
Hey, so Johnny is heating up whatever dessert is on the fire. I'll spin the camera around in a second. I don't know if I've shown anybody where my hammock is. That's it back there. Zoom in on it. All right. It's in a bit of a disarray now because I've practically moved in. Yeah, it's quite windy as you can see. So it's going to be interesting. I'll probably have to drop that tarp a little bit tonight. Otherwise, it probably keep me awake. So I'll drop it just a bit. I kind of want the wind in because it was like 16 last night, so it'll be 16 tonight. So definitely warm enough that I don't need too much heat. Oh yeah, I'll show you Johnny's meal. Whatever it is, it's in there. Johnny has revealed his secret dessert. It is cinnamon buns. All right, let's eat.
I might have to bring this pan.
Oh yeah, Johnny, they're really good. So Johnny's just gonna give me some taste of Buffalo Trace. So here's his bottle that he carries everything in. It's actually plastic. And so now it's Buffalo Trace. It was the Glenlivet Founders Reserve, but before that, it was Fireball, and who knows before that. Actually, it's not a bad, I thought it was glass, so that's actually not a bad idea. I got a little bit of water. Do you mix this with water? Yeah, I'm gonna cut it with water, lightweights. That, and after the last 2 days we've had, we need to get our hydration back up. Johnny and Dave thanks John, are playing cribbage. He actually packed in like one of those travel cribbage boards. Okay, so my battery died. I've got my Buffalo Trace and water, and it's tasting really good. My friend and co-sponsor Christian gave me this to read. I read the first one he gave me, which was about Leonidas Hubbard's trek through Newfoundland, or Labrador, I guess, and the trials and tribulations they underwent, and what, you know, how crazy people do things in the woods. Not that they're crazy, I guess they kind of were. You'd have to read it. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading that tonight. Just sit here and relax. All right, well, we are all pretty much in bed. I'm just sort of trying to get straightened away here. Tomorrow we're going to go do all those portages and try to head down towards Little Lake, I believe it is, at pretty much Sheet Harbor. The main goal will be try to catch some fish. Because today we pretty much got skunked. I think Johnny got one and maybe Dave got one, but that was kind of it. So it'd be nice to catch some more fish again. Anyway, we'll see you in the morning.